Hi, my name is Emilio Renteria, and today I'm going to talk about the four main things, which are Eurocentrism, masculinity, racism, and classism. First of all, to give you a little bit of context, I study in Tec de Monterrey, which is a private university here in Mexico City. I live in Mexico City. I was born here and I've lived all my life here. I'm 24 years old. I'm on 7th semester of the tech. I'm about to graduate. And even though I study in a private university and I don't have a scholarship and I have the means to pay it, you could say I'm privileged. Yes, I am, but that not exclude the fact that I've been a victim, you could say, of of concepts such as Eurocentrism, classism, even masculinity. And yeah, I mean, sorry, I'm sorry, but yes, I've always had classmates that are white, so to say, whiter than me, so to say. And Eurocentrism gives all the power of the beauty, so to say, glorifies the European aesthetics, European looks, blonde, tall, with money, with culture, literate. And I mean, I'm not like that. I was born in an upper middle class family and Mexican family. Many of my friends have another nationalities. I don't, but now that I'm 24 years old, I can see myself like a valid human being, which sounds strong, but through a lot of time I didn't. I saw myself as less than those people because the media, the comments that they made making fun of other people because they had less, calling them nacos, which is like ratchet people, and like, yeah, like making less of other people. I mean, I couldn't help but feel less because I wasn't like them, and the media told me that that was what beautiful was like, and that was what good was like, for it so to say. And with Eurocentrism comes classism and racism, which I struggle with too. And when I first came to the class, I already knew that this was gonna be a class that we were gonna cover some topics of gender, of feminism, of inequality, but these are the topics that resonated with me because as I was watching the lectures, I could picture myself suffering from some of the consequences of these topics, of these mentalities and these concepts. And yeah, this class helped me to remember and to be empathic with the people that suffer it more than me, but also to be empathic with myself and with my classmates. And I mean, that comes from my house. I've always been raised to be a good person, to be proud of my roots, to be proud of myself, to know that I'm capable of doing things. So I have self-esteem. I've built it through time because I used to think less of myself because I was not like them, you know? I've always been surrounded by those people, the consequence of the places that I've been, you could say, because I go frequently to restaurants, to nightclubs, to my university, to schools that are privileged, that are white, so to say, that are Eurocentristic. And I can see all the consequences and the mentality, and that frustrates me because as I got older, I got more proud of my roots, of my country, and my country is full of colors, you know. And when one thinks about Eurocentrism and classism, you see lack of colors. You don't see that much colors, that much culture, that much diversity, and that frustrates me because I express myself as that, and I don't feel validated sometimes. I can deal with that. I'm old enough, but I think that mentality keeps us as a country, as a society, at least in Mexico City, keeps us chained, and we can't evolve to a full potential because of that. But yeah, I mean, in conclusion, I will always strive to be proud of my culture. I will always strive to be proud of my country. That doesn't exclude that we have some bad things too, like masculinity, like toxic masculinity, like machismo, so to say, because we come from a culture that glorifies men and glorifies power and glorifies a man that's powerful by consequence, and all of the problems that come with it, not only for the women's but for the men as well, to be a certain type of man, to not feel things, to be like in a very strict regime of what a man is like. And I think what we saw in class taught us that the first part is understanding it and viewing it and not judging ourselves because of that, because we come from a culture too, it's not our fault sometimes, but it's our fault if we keep replicating the same things and if we keep predicating with a mistaken example. And that's what I will try to do every day. I mean, I've tried it until now, and I will keep trying to reassure everyone here that our culture is a great culture. It's not the best one, and that we should be proud of our culture. And fashion, music, food, everything here is good. And yeah, I mean, I will always try to fight for my ideals, and thank God inside of my ideals is fighting for who I am, and inside of who I am is Mexico, and is the third world country, and is the neighborhoods, and is the music, the sonideros, the reggaeton, the corridos, everything that is inside me. So I'll always try to keep the flag up and represent it as good as I can.